Welcome to Long Lost Brothers, the podcast devoted to fitness, Shia LaBeouf banter, and the overall acquisition of betterment. My name is Brett Scott.
And I'm Jesse Cole.
And we are the Long Lost Brothers. Jesse.
Indeed.
I got one question for you.
Yeah. Send it.
Did you listen to the Shia LaBeouf freestyle rap that I sent you?
I tried. I genuinely, I overcame the cringe, and I put the video on. Mm-hmm. As soon as Sway said, "I see these tattoos on your legs representing characters," I was like, "God damn, I can't!"
Oh, come on, man!
I couldn't even give him a fucking bar, dude. I'm. It's like I'm at the zone where I do like him, but if I heard him freestyle, I'd probably hate him.
Jesse, I think you'd be wildly surprised. You'd be wildly taken back. You'd be like, what?
I know, and dude, I do this a lot with things that I know I'll like. Like it'd be like a movie, like where I'm like, I'm gonna like that movie, but I can't make myself watch it right now. It's like Hubie, right? The new Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
I was like, man, this movie's gonna suck. But then I watched Adam Sandler. Yeah, I did watch it. Really good. Really fucking good.
Really?
Yeah, and I thought I was over Adam Sandler. Like, yeah, we get it. He's funny. He's a goofy. No. Just like Happy Gilmore the first time, I was like, ha, ha, ha. Like,
damn. I might have to check it out then. Hey,
many cameos. So many cameos.
Yeah, he does that. Like, he has like this universe of like people that he brings back in.
Yeah, he killed it.
Did you ever catch Uncut Gems?
No, what's up?
Oh, dude, go check that out. Like it just came out a couple months ago. It's Adam Sandler, but it's a serious movie. It's a serious role. It's super dramatic, super fucking like. There's some funny parts in it, but it's like it's wild. It's fucking wild. It's about it. Well, it's like it's not dramatic like some of his dramatic films, like serious like that.
English?
Yeah, not like that. That
was rough. It wasn't terrible, but it was rough.
This is like suspense and fucking wildness, crime. It's okay. So the story of it is that he is basically he owns a pawn shop, right?
Yeah.
He plays like a full blown Jewish dude that owns a pawn shop, and he is wildly addicted to gambling, like on the verge of being killed by mobsters all the fucking time. Always in crazy debt with the mob. And it's really, dude, it's really good though. It's really good. It's wild, like
Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems, yeah. It's good, man, and it'll kind of make you be like, damn, Adam Sandler, like he got some dramatic chops too. Like it's pretty damn good.
Yeah, I can see that.
So yeah, check it out. It's really good.
Like he's super funny character actor. Like, you know what I mean? Like. Mm-hmm. I mean, the whole Happy Gilmore shit and what was the other one? You know, I mean, Adam Sandler's like fucking American Pie. You know?
Yeah, did you ever see that? Because I always send you like Shia LaBeouf shit. Well, there's one that's like this actors roundtable, and
you did. I think
it's like Shia LaBeouf and like, but then like you got like Robert De Niro there. Like some other great actors, and then you got Adam Sandler. It's like,
but dude, if you think about it, Adam Sandler is a fucking killer, man.
Well, yeah, I mean, you think about how much content how much shit does he put out? Has he put out since the 90s? Like, it's insane.
Yeah, and like the people that he keeps like famous, you know, like I can't believe I can't think of his name, but Rob Schneider, then what's that other dude?
David Spade.
David Spade keeps him rolling. What's up with the crazy eyes?
Steve Buscemi.
Yeah, Steve Buscemi. I apologize to the theater gods. Steve Buscemi, I'm a huge fan of since Fargo. You're a killer, dude.
Since Reservoir Dogs, son.
Right.
I love Steve Buscemi.
Steve Buscemi's awesome. And then when he takes it, like we've seen him in those like super gangster roles, and he takes like comedy, super funny. It's like almost equal to like when Adam Sandler or like Jim Carrey does like a serious role, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, fucking Nucky Thompson, man. He played Nucky Thompson.
Yeah, dude, like super, like I like Steve Buscemi a lot. I watched this movie. Okay, so you sent me a movie last night that you told me I should watch called, I think it's called The Dark Side of the Moon.
It's called In the Dark of the Moon.
In the Dark of the Moon. Okay, I have watched that movie. Watched it again last night on my phone because it's the link. Yeah. I had a new phone, so I didn't even download the app. So I downloaded it all real quick, and then I was like, oh man, yeah, I've seen this movie. I was like, well, it started. I was like, I think I've seen this movie, but then I got into it. I was like, dude, that movie's badass.
Yeah, that's kind of a hidden treasure. That's one of them hidden gems that people don't even know about.
Who's that actor? He looks like Tom Hardy a little bit, but it's not Tom Hardy, right?
Right, it's not. And then you got Michael C. Hall has a very small part in it, but they marketed that movie.
Right.
Like, I remember when it first was coming out, this was like last year sometime, they made it seem like he was a big part of it, but really he's not.
Yeah, nah. He's like
but yeah, man, and it takes a cool turn, especially if you were to watch it and you didn't know that there was kind of a mystical element to it.
Yeah, because when the first time I watched it, I was like, what the fuck's going on now?
Yeah, it takes a wild ass turn, and then you're like, oh shit, this is kind of sci-fi shit. Like this is different. Yeah. Yeah,
because like Saturdays, a lot of times, like if me and the wife don't got nothing going on, we'll just kind of dink around on Netflix and a matter of fact, I just watched this movie that's really good. With William Dafoe has a small role, and then I can't remember her name, and I googled it a little bit ago. It is called What Happened on Monday. So that is on Netflix. I think it's new. I mean, it's killer. That's a good one.
What kind of a movie is it? Like a drama? Is it
futuristic sci-fi? Drama, really? Suspense, action.
Shit, so
man. It has a female antagonist, if you will. That's a good movie. You'll like it. It's like in the ilk of the Hunger Games, but little less so far fetched.
Right. So wait, what's it called again?
It's called What Happened to Monday.
Okay, I'm gonna check that shit out.
Yeah, no, it's super good.
I'm gonna check it out.
So check this out. I got something funny. A little funny story yesterday. So last weekend, me and my wife went up to Seattle, and on the way, I got a rock chip in my car, in my windshield, right? And then I needed to get my oil changed, so I was like, all right, I'll just go. And then I seen a sign. It said rock chip repair at ye old oil change shop that's up the block from my house. I'm not gonna put their name on blast because it's kind of fun.
Well, that's serendipitous. So you're like, oh shit, I got a chip in my windshield, and then you see a sign.
Yeah, so all week I've been thinking, well, I'll go get my oil change. This is where my girl took my car last time.
Oh, so it didn't happen on the same road trip? Like you weren't on the road trip?
No. This is yesterday, and then last weekend we got the rock chip.
Damn, dude. I was like,
my car's new, so I'm gonna get it fixed for sure, right? Like,
I was like, this company, I bet you they hired fucking kids to stand out by the highway and chuck rocks.
Well, it's like I live on like Southwest Washington, so I'm going I-5 north. It's like, it happens all the time. Like,
Gotcha.
It's not like out of some mystical fucking feat that happens. But then like the place where I always get my oil change or normally get my oil change. I'm not very good at maintenance on my vehicles. My girlfriend makes fun a lot, but
yeah, me neither.
Anyway, whatever. But this is like my first car I'm making big payments, or not big payments, but making payments on and doing things all by the book. So I'm trying to keep up on these things, and that's like, man, my buddy owns a glass shop. I'm like, hey, how much does it usually cost to get a rock chip repaired? He's like, nah, I charge like $50. Mm-hmm. And that's back home. That's where I'm from. So I was like, oh, okay, it's probably like $70. Mm-hmm. So anyway, so he's like, no, it's $29.99. I'm like, really? Sweet, dude. Let's run that with the oil change. They sold me the air filter, and I'm like, oh, cool, man. They're like, oh, last time we were here, they put the wrong oil in your car. I'm like, huh. What's that about a bitch? He's like, probably voided your warranty. I was like, really?
Wow.
Like, well, all right. Well, and I'm just thinking like, all right, whatever, man. Let's not get carried away and freak out. I might have a slight tendency to do that sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So homeboy is like doing all this stuff, and then and now it's like you just sit in your car because of COVID, right?
Yeah.
So you stay in the vehicle.
Shit, it ain't like that here, dude. You guys got it crazy out there. Like it ain't even like it's basically normal. I went to a movie today.
Oh, dude, our theater's open too. I was gonna go to the movies yesterday, but I was just tired, man.
Go ahead.
So homeboy fixes, I'm doing air quotations, fixes the rock chip, right?
Okay.
Okay, so this is I Googled how to do it and YouTube did, and I was like, I could probably do this. But then I was like, I'm not going to fuck around because you have to show your windshield. So this guy's like doing all this stuff, has me like burning like fucking the bottom of the windshield from inside the car like it's a meth pipe and shit. And, you know, it's like just all this stuff. And then it's okay. So he fixed it. But there's like still like a dot, right?
Hold on, this is at an oil change repair shop?
Yeah, bro. And okay, so wait, I missed the funny part. I missed the very funny.
And you're helping with the repair?
Yeah, I'm like, do you have a lighter? I'm like, nah.
Wow, dude.
Okay, so whatever, you know, like I was like, it's cool, you know, like dude's cool, the dude's cool, and so anyway, this shitbox Honda pulls up, or not Honda, the shitbox Mazda pulls up, and dude, like, cause the guy's like, yeah, I'm doing this, and this, it's gonna be like 15 minutes, whatever, here's the money, or you know, whatever, just running business, and it was like, all right, well, fuck off, and I'll be back when I get to you, sir, you know, and then this fucking like shitbox fucking little fucking street car pulls up, like. And every fucking technician in the building's like under the hood, fucking wiping down this shit. I'm like, damn, dude, I'm gonna bring my fucking shitbox over here next. You know, I got like 4 broken cars in my yard, dude.
So they just dropped your ass. And what was it, like a tuner or something? Or was it like?
Yeah, it was just some old beater, dude. I don't know. It was like it had a loud exhaust. I don't know. I just looked over like whatever. You know, I'm not a hater, but anyway. So okay. So this is the part that really fucking twisted my fucking scrotum, made me laugh a lot. Because like, okay, so it's fixed for the most part, but if you look close, you can still see a dot, right? And I'm like right here looking at him do it, and this motherfucker says, "Perfect." I looked at him and said, "Perfect?" He said, "Yeah." I was like, "Huh." I'm like, okay. So there's a lot of descriptive words for the job he did.
Right.
Satisfactory, good, done. There you go.
Right.
All fucking good to go. Like it's not gonna crack. You know, the essentials, but perfect to fucking. I was like, I really wanted to say perfect is a strong word, homeboy. I was like,
perfect,
you know,
perfect is the strongest word. There's nothing stronger. That's ridiculous.
Right, like I mean, it's fine. Especially like this is one of those situations where you get what you pay for. I paid $30. I got a $30 fucking rock chip repair. Right, if I had taken it to John in Walla Walla, it would have been fucking spotless. Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's in Walla Walla, and he's a glass professional. I took it to the old oil change. I'm not gonna share on because they're like a little small chain around here. I don't want to fuck them over. But
bro.
Yeah. I don't shit on people like that. It's like their livelihood. But I was just thinking, he's like, there's only 2 people here that'll do these rock chip repairs. I'm thinking, really, motherfucker, you should not be one of them. But,
apparently you were one of them because you had to help him do it. Like, what the fuck is that? Yeah. I never heard it. I can't imagine being at an oil change place, right? And so they're like, hey, buddy, hey, can you come down here for a minute?
Yeah. Because like I'm inside the car, so I'm like helping him like, but dude, I knew he was like kind of like off the books type of fella, if you will. Because he goes, don't put the lighter on the glass. I'm like, yeah, burn it like a meth pipe, right? And he's like, yup. And then I was like, yeah, gotcha. I was like, knew it. Suspect about you, sir.
Wow, dude.
But you know,
that sounds like a janky fucking chain you got going on there. That is crazy.
I mean, you know what is
the whole story is ridiculous. Like the fact that
and he's like upselling me on everything. You know, he's like, oh, dude, this is even the funniest part, dude. He's like, can I sell you the half price car wash token for outside? I was like, yeah, man, that's cool. You know, $6 at 13, whatever. Probably won't use it. Just throw in my glove box, whatever. You know, when the car's dirty, I'll have my key go down here. You know, whatever. And then he's like, hey, you weren't going to wash your car right now, were you? I was like, what's up? He's like, the sensor's broken, so you'll have to take it to the other one across town if you want to wash it right now. And I was like, really?
Wow.
And then he's like, your air filter is shot, so I bought a new one. My girl's like, what? We just put the air filter last time. I was like 2,000 miles ago. Like,
yeah, you shouldn't need to do air filter. Well, you never know though, because they put the wrong oil in your car the last time you were there. Like, what the fuck, dude? That's nuts. This place, you're not. I don't want to ask. Okay.
I'm good.
Look, I almost want you to take it back there so we can get more stories.
Right, I know. Like, I don't know what else they would do to my car. Like,
it could be like a continuing saga. Jesse's Oil Change Chronicles.
Those will be few and far in between because I am not good at maintenance on my car. My girl has to like continuously bug me like every day until our next payday for me to like remember to do it within like a week of the light coming on.
Yeah, at my house it's the opposite. So I'll tell my wife, I'm like, because she like expects me to take care of everything and remember everything when it comes to like car maintenance and shit like that. She's like, you're the fucking man, right? And
why am I doing it?
Right. And my thing is I'm like, yeah, but you have to, keep track of your miles and shit. I mean, that's, you know what I'm saying? You're the one driving your car all day. Like, when you see it start to get close to this mileage or whatever, like, let me know, like, oh, hey, can you take my car for an oil change? But no, she was just like, so we had her car. We got it in, like, December last year, right? And it was, bro, it was, like, August. I was like,
that's me, dude. Like, if my car didn't have a light that comes on and tells me to change the oil, I would just keep driving.
Well, it's fucked up because she doesn't drive that much. Like, she don't put that many miles on it. So really, you can go quite a while after, what you would think. It's not like every 3 months or whatever. Like, whereas my car, it's like every 2 months I got to get an oil change because I drive a shit ton. I mean, I'm talking like 600-700 miles a week I drive my car.
Yeah. Oh, so, yeah. I feel it.
So, but yeah, with my wife, it's like few and far between. It's like every 6 months or so she needs an oil change. But it's like, it got to 10 months and I was like, I don't think we've ever changed the oil now. She's like, oh, well, you didn't do it. I'm like, what do you mean? So, but listen, we just got it changed like last week. I brought it up in August. Every time I bring it up, she's like, well, you can't do it tomorrow because I got to be somewhere. And then I'm like, all right, well.
That's needed.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm so busy. How could I possibly have time to maintain my vehicle?
Bro, my wife's not even busy. She works a couple days a week, but she just doesn't like not having a car because she feels like whatever, like stuck or whatever. Like, I can't go nowhere. I'm like, we have 2 other cars. But it's cool. It's cool.
Well, me and my wife share my car. Like there's other vehicles here available to her. Like Joey has 2 cars, and then we have like my Honda that my son's driving. And, you know, like we're okay. We're in we're not like in a bind for a car ever. But anyway, so there's the yield oil change. And then I was thinking about this. Yeah, dude. Anyway, let's delve into something else. So I was just like, man, I can't believe like he put so my car's a diesel, and he put the regular oil, and like you had to put like a strong ass oil in my car, like it's extra money, like guaranteed, like to get the oil change in my car, you got to put the good oil, right? And then I was thinking about it, I was like, man, these motherfuckers charged my girl for the good oil because we paid like an extra $30 because of the specific kind of oil, and you didn't put the right oil, Like, I'm like, man, you guys are fucking brand new with this, aren't you?
How is your car a diesel, bro?
Dude, no, fuck that. My car's badass. It's a diesel. It gets 50 miles per gallon on the highway.
How is your car a diesel?
It's a diesel.
I don't understand that. What kind of car is it?
It's a Volkswagen Jetta turbo diesel injection.
That's so weird.
Yeah, no, I know. At first, it's like, but the thing about a diesel motor is it'll last way longer.
Oh, I know. I drive it for a living, but not in a little fucking car. That's crazy.
Well, yeah, and it's not it's not a race car, you know what I mean? But it has like 170 horse and gets like the best I ever got it was like on the highway it gets like 50-55 miles a gallon.
I feel like they used to make. Go ahead.
They used to make like diesel Mercedes and stuff in the 70s.
Well, they used to, I feel like that was like a thing they used to do where they used to make diesel cars a lot, like pretty often.
Yeah, well, they still make them in Europe quite a bit.
That's crazy.
But we're just mostly like gasoline motor country, so kind of just right on that for cars. Like, I remember when I was in Europe, I was like, this is weird, all these cars are diesels. I was like, a diesel car?
Man, I didn't even know you've been to Europe. We might have to dig into that sometime.
Yeah.
But for now, let's move on. And last week we completely neglected to talk about our long lost book of the month.
Oh yeah.
So I think we should dig into it because both of us think that this is maybe one of the best books ever written for like a creative person.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
The War of Art, and you know, you might have heard this book talked about in other places, but this is our elevator speech, I think, for the War of Art.
Yeah, man. I encourage people to read it along with this. Super short book. Super short book.
Yeah. Like if you audio book it, you could do it in like easily in a car trip, like a road trip.
Yeah, 2 hours, I think. You done.
Yeah. And it plays like a song to me.
Yeah, for real. It does like it's just a cadence. It's like it just rolls on through, and then it's like there's the beginning of the song, it peaks, and then it fades out. Like
because he's a novelist, so it's like his wording is super choice. It's very powerful the way that he puts things. So this book, The War of Art, not to be confused with The Art of War, which is also a very powerful book, but not of the same ilk. It's
very different thing. Like that's a crazy thing to get confused. Like if you were to accidentally read one or the other, you'd be like, wait a minute, this doesn't sound like that at all.
Right. Well, it's like every time you ever ask anybody if they've read The War of Art, they're like, The Art of War? And you're like, nah, bro. It's Steve Pressfield. And he also wrote the Legend of Bagger Vance, that movie.
Yes.
It's the movie adaptation with Will Smith about the golfer and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Yeah, that's a buddy of mine's favorite movie of all time, Legend of Bagger Vance.
Not mine, but it's not bad.
No, it's not bad. He also
not even close to my favorite, but it's not. It's not. It's a pretty good fucking. It's a great story.
Kind of in the throughout the course of the book, it's kind of cool that he did this as well. But he also wrote King Kong Lives.
Really?
Yeah, and he talks about it in the book. It was like the biggest flop ever. Like he built it up. He thought it was going to be great. They watched a screening of it and everything, and he was like, "This is going to be fucking huge. This is going to be what makes me blow up. This is going to be the thing." And like there was this big movie premiere, and like 3 people showed up.
Ouch.
Yeah, so that's like a big thing that he talks about in the book. It's like, where it's like, you're not always gonna fucking win, man. Sometimes you're gonna work your heart out, and you're gonna get crushed.
Well, yeah. A lot of this book, I think, is about not being shaken by your losses, and handling things gracefully, and just doing things, holding your priorities as priorities, and maintaining your professionalism.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool if we can break it down, because the first half, like the first third of the book, I'd say, is about something he calls resistance, and then the second part is about like turning pro, what he calls turning pro, and then the third part is all about the muse, the artistic muse and stuff like that. So I figure we could kind of break it down and like first talk about resistance here, right? Yeah. And then maybe next episode or something we'll break down the second 2 parts where he talks about turning pro and the muses that help you as a pro.
Right.
Cool. So resistance. This dude, he puts it in a way that like basically you're always working against something. Something is always working against you at all times, and he makes it almost like this physical thing, even though it's not a physical. He even says it's not a physical thing, but it is like a living thing, right? Resistance, something that is.
He kind of characterizes it as like a villain, if you will, the story of your life.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like this little, this little do nothing. It's like that's like the things that maybe stop you from, like just little things that get in your way that you don't even notice are getting in your way, like your little excuses or your reason not to, your time sucks, your little things are just pulling down.
Yeah, and he characterizes like all these are just tools of this character called resistance that's always trying to keep you from doing what you really want to do, like you really are passionate about, not your working at the ye old oil change place,
right?
But like your artistic endeavors,
right?
And other things too, like fitness, things that you should be doing, things that you want to be doing. that, you know, there's things that you get knocked off course.
If anything, that's stopping a bad habit or taking inches off your waistline is I think, is a direct quote from the book.
Yeah. He breaks it down. It's basically anything that you feel like you really want to do, something you're, you know, think is important to get done. So, he says everything from raising a family to, losing weight, having six-pack abs, whatever it is, there's always this thing fighting you called resistance.
One might say doing this podcast.
One would most definitely say doing a podcast such as this. Yeah.
And we read that book, and we're on week 16 and no breaks, no mistakes.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. We're like a poster board for poster children for the book. So
that's right.
But yeah, man, and that's the thing. I was like, I've been met with resistance on a lot of shit, and I know you have too, because like, there's been tons of things I wanted to write or things I wanted to record for a podcast or something like that. And I mean, I procrastinated on starting any kind of podcast for like a year. I just kept going, man, I want to start a podcast. And then I'd blame it on the fact that the guy I wanted to start a podcast with wasn't ready. You know what I mean? Like, well, what am I, you know, if I want to do this, I gotta get after it. And one of the most important things, like in the book about defeating resistance, is just doing work in your space every day, right? Doing work. Doesn't have to be good work. Doesn't have to be, you know, great work. Doesn't have to be, it just has to be work, working towards whatever it is, your creative outlet. If you're a writer, then you write every day. And even if it's shit, even if it's garbage, even if it has nothing to do with what you're trying to write, you're sitting down, you're making it a point to sit down, put the words on paper for a certain amount of hours a day, and you do it no matter what. No excuse. You treat it like your job, even though it's at this point it might be a hobby.
Well, yeah, and it's like, you know, and I try to take that like super literally, like, and I carried a lot of this over to like the gym, right? So this is just me being a meathead, but I don't care. That's fine. So
for sure, though.
So it's like, you know, my job is to go lift these weights, right? Mm-hmm. And so, was it a good workout? Today was, but you know, some days it's not, and that's all right, because you know what, we showed up, we went through the motions, we did the thing, and the thing's done. And it's like, I'm not a professional bodybuilder, not a professional power lifter, you know, but I take it as that's a character trait that makes me better. So you know, going on the run, eating the right foods, you know, trying to get the right sleep, you know. These things are all collaborative of that, so they all need to take place the majority of the time, right? So the things that are resistant is want to sleep in, or you know, whatever little excuse is going to come up in the way of me not checking the box if I went to the gym, or me, or you know, the hot case at the gas station might be resistance to me completing this challenge of keto till Christmas that I set upon myself, right?
Right.
So you know, it's the donut at the office is the resistance. You know, if you might you know, to snatch that little gem out of my first podcast I ever did alone. Yeah. So it's like, you know, it's just little things that it's like, okay, so I've been working on my patience, right? And I realized I needed to do that when I yelled at Alexa for not shutting up when I told her to. I was like, maybe I need to chill out a little bit. So anyway, so resistance is just like the protagonist to the goal. So you know, staying dialed in with things and not letting how can I put this articulately? I think I kind of just summed it up actually. So I'm probably just gonna.
You're good. I think that what's funny is like you said that, you know, you were like, was it a good workout? And you were like, yeah, well, today was, but some other days aren't. Like, the thing about doing the work every day is it creates that habit. And so that, you know, even on those days that suck, or those days that you really don't want to do it, or you got some really good excuse. A lot of times your excuses are valid, legitimate excuses to not do the work, right? But you still do the work. That's the point. And like, those are the days that are most important to do the work. That's why you're putting it in place as a habit is because those days are going to come, and they're going to come pretty often, probably. I mean, like, especially if it's something that's a difficult task or something you have to fit into your life. It's like, so the most important time, what you're really working for, whether you're really doing it every day for, whatever it is, whatever schedule you set to do it, the reason you're doing that is to defeat resistance when it rears up. And that, anytime that you don't feel like doing the thing, that's resistance. That's all that is. So it's like you've been what's the word, like practice, you've been training to defeat resistance all those days that go well, all those days that go good. And so that when, you know, a day you don't want to go comes up, it's easier to go, okay, well, this is just what I do. I do this every day. And so whether I feel like it or not, it's just what I do.
Right. For me, it's like, I kind of fallen in love with the overcoming the resistance aspect of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, always, like, I was thinking about that pretty intently. It's like I'm a person that always has to have the next elk head on the wall, right? Not literally, I'm not a hunter, but you know, I always got to have another thing I'm doing. You know,
right.
I'm hunting this thing. I'm getting this. I'm like, there's no carbs till Christmas, or I'm gonna run a marathon, or
right.
I'm gonna squat this amount, or whatever. You know, like I always just got a thing I'm gonna do, right? And a lot of that is just for me proving to myself that I can do the things to have the discipline to quit whatever shit is hindering the goal, you know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I like that book, the way that it relates that as like it makes it personal, you know.
Yeah.
It makes it demonizes the resistance, the little things, and it makes you, like, when you can get yourself in the headspace of the world of art, and utilize it as a, you know, kind of a philosophy.
Mm-hmm.
It makes it so it's like where you can, like, kind of just be like, man, this thing needs to not be, you know, like, it's just like it's like you can vilify the things that are blocking your thing, and as long as you can be calm about it, it's like, you know, like you said, like your family can be resistance, and I don't mean like my girlfriend, but like my direct, like, you know, any is like, you know, you have this goal, and, you know, Sister Susie comes home with a new boyfriend and 3 tattoos, and, you know, just like, I don't know, he kind of makes it like some whole thing, but
right,
you know, and it's just like, okay, well, this is happening, but it's not something that it has to do with me, so I need to just you know, set that aside, go to work,
right,
you know, because it's like your job, you know,
right.
It's like making whatever your goal is like your job. It's like, okay, so I go work and I do what I do for my money, and you know, it's like if I'm really sick, I don't go, but it has to be like I'm really fucking sick, right? Or it's like you know, my I got to take my dog to the hospital, or my, you know, I don't want, or like I got to do something that's of paramount importance for me to not go to work. So it's like I try to keep that with whatever goal I'm have set, right?
Right. It's like kind of like what I do to my kids too. Like, if they are so sick that they can't go to school, then, you know, then they're too sick to do other shit too. Like, if they're like, oh, I can't go, I'm like, all right, man, you can stay home, but don't think you're gonna be playing games. Like, don't think you're gonna be playing games. Don't think you're gonna be sick. You're gonna be a sick kid. You're gonna stay in bed. You're gonna eat soup. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's going to be your day because you're obviously so damn sick that you can't do anything. So,
I love that because I'm the same way. I would try to be. I don't know. I'm not as hard as I used to be, but like,
well, look, I think
with my oldest, that's what it was. Like, oh, you're sick? Okay. Well, check it out.
Right, exactly.
You can be in your room, whatever DVD is in the DVD player at this time.
Yeah.
You can watch that, and you know, I'll bring you food as needed. You know, we'll monitor your condition, and we'll reassess in the morning.
I tell him, dude, like, look, if you're sick, I don't want to be around you, bro. I don't want to get sick. So you stay the fuck away from me. You stay in your room, you know, get some rest, get better.
You need some more shoes, I got you, bud.
Right.
You know, you can get that vitamin C. You need a pack? You want to go to the pharmacist?
Like, but what you were saying about resistance, and how what's cool about the book is it, like, vilifies it, makes it this thing you have to defeat, right?
Yeah.
That's a really cool thing to have going on in your mind, because rather than just going, like, thinking that whatever it is happens, it's not important, like you actually feel like when you defeat resistance, it might not mean shit to anyone else, but for you, you just defeated an enemy for the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's actually a win. Like, even if it's just showing up, for you, it's a fucking win. And you can, like, you got that another win under your belt. It's like Goggins calls the fucking cookie jar, right? It's another day that you conquered that resistance. And to everyone else, it just looks like, oh, wow, okay, he went to the gym. He didn't feel too good, but he showed up. But to you, it's like, yeah, resistance tried to fuck me. Resistance tried to stop me. And I beat that motherfucker's brains in. Like, I won. I did it. You know what I'm saying? So, I think it's really important, man. That's something that book really, like, instilled in me that I don't know if I had before, to where I'm really feel like I'm defeating something, even if it's something small. Like, it's big to me. It's something I'm conquering. It's something I'm winning for the day. Little wins every day.
Yeah, so, you know, and it's like, finding time, you know, like, it's up to you to engage the plan and to make it happen. So any of these other things that are weighing in on it, any of your excuses are just that, right?
Right.
And it's like, so when you decide you're gonna make something a priority that you're gonna do, you know, don't bullshit yourself, don't lie to yourself, don't make up don't start giving yourself excuses before you get off the gate. Make sure it's something you can really do. You know, don't give yourself like, you know, you can't be like, I'm gonna run 100 fucking miles tomorrow, dude. I mean, you can, but but you know, that's not, you know, it's like, okay, I'm gonna quit smoking, so quit smoking, and then whatever makes you smoke, that's resistance.
Right. Well, you're not, you know, the thing is, you're not.
I'm not counting in the creative aspect of what you're talking about, but
no, he even, I think he brings up stuff like that, like quitting drinking or quitting smoking. Like, there's a resistance that crops up. I think that, but you said something about, like, you know, don't plan to run 100 miles tomorrow. That's important, because that's like the whole point that he's trying to get across is about doing work, like just continuously doing work.
The training, like, in the process of. You don't gotta love it, just do it.
Yeah, don't plan to be an overnight sensation, because that's not how it works. You know what I mean? And you could get lucky. It could happen. You know what I'm saying? But you don't plan for that. Like, you know, you plan to work your ass off every single day, and, you know, that'll lead you somewhere. And hey, if you become an overnight sensation, you know, in 10 fucking years, you know what I'm saying? That happens to a lot of people. Everyone, it looks like, oh, this dude just blew up. But you don't see that he's been doing this craft for 10 years before he blew up.
Right.
You know,
what is it? 10,000 hours or something like that? Is that what they say? It takes 10,000 hours to be a professional or something.
Well, you ever see, like, just in terms of, like, the internet especially, right? Like, the internet wasn't even that big yet in when he wrote this book, but it doesn't really matter. Okay. So say there's someone who is doing something consistently on the internet, a podcast, a blogger, a YouTuber, something like that, right? Well, they do video after video after video after video, you know, podcast after podcast after podcast, hardly any listens, hardly any views. Nobody knows who they are. And then they put out a video that just happens to strike a chord, right, with somebody who maybe forwards it to somebody who's a little more prominent. That person sends it somewhere else. All of a sudden, the video is viral. This person blows up, and it looks like this guy made a video and blew up.
But it's like, no, they've been doing that.
They've been doing it forever. This one caught fire. But that's the point. Eventually, I was just listening to Denzel Washington talk. Okay,
you know, hold on. You said this one, that catches fire. Okay, so it's like, have you ever, like, I know you have. You build a campfire, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I had a wood stove, right? And, you know, I'm not from the country, so I moved to the country, and then I moved back to the city and I get to live in the country. But so I had a wood stove for the first time in my life, right? And you just keep putting the little wood and the little fucking pieces of cardboard until it catches fire. And sometimes it would happen in 2 minutes, and when Kimberly's not there, it would happen in like 30 minutes.
Right.
Yeah. So, you know, like, I never had to build fires before. So, you know, they were just like, well, damn, like, it took you that long? I'm like, well, yeah, well, little June bug, like,
right.
you know. So anyway, you know, like, but as you go into building fires, you learn to chop.
Yeah, I think the main point here is kind of don't plan to blow up. Plan to go to work. Plan to go to work every day. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, man. I think we dug really good into resistance. I think next time we'll like dig into the turning pro part of the book, and then the muses, which a lot of people are kind of like it turns them off. But you know, I think we can dig into it in a way that
be comprehensive. I think that needs to touch on.
Yeah. So, cool. Book discussion complete. Let's move on to the challenge. Last week's challenge was the Woke This Way challenge. This was 15 minutes of uninterrupted, non-guided meditation per day. How well did you do on the challenge?
I think I got like 4 days solid and 1 day like partial. But there was a couple of days I had a kind of rough day and it just resistance got in the way and it didn't happen. Yep. Okay.
You got beat by resistance, bro.
I know. So for me, it went good because like I'm always been a guided meditation type individual, right? Because my brain's a chatterbox. If I don't talk to somebody for 15 minutes or scroll through my phone, I feel like my brain's on fire, right? So I had to do a lot of positive self affirmations the first couple days. Yeah. Right. The first 2 days I had to do like I'm constantly thinking. I'm like, you know, it's like I'm trying to like kick a freestyle, like a little Shia LaBeouf action in my head going. You know?
I feel like that's the people that need it the most, man. Like I'm the same way. Go ahead.
So the last two times is like I just try to like silence my mind, right? And for me that was super hard, but I did. Yeah. The first time I got like halfway through, and then my brain started kind of going, and I started thinking about a bunch of stuff, which is good, and I got really introspective, and then which led to some things that you know I might disclose later. But you know, it's kind of turned my head into a different direction, so that's good. It made me stop bullshitting and you know feeding myself these little fucking pizza boxes out of the oven. And, you know, really looked at some things that were not so pretty. And then the second time that I did that, and I just started out from the gate, I did the same thing. And it makes you kind of really stop bullshitting yourself. You know, positive affirmations are awesome if you have no self-belief or you're kind of, you know, down on yourself, you know. And I get that way sometimes, you know, like got some, you know, that's one of those problems. But I don't need to do that every single day. Some days I need to really assess things, and that's kind of what it turned into. Was like this, you know, seeing where I'm kind of lacking on some things, and not like beating myself up, but just being real with myself about it. Yeah. You know, about some things I need to work on, like my patience. You know, like I don't need to get mad every time the wind blows a leaf off the tree. Right.
So I feel like you're kind of like the more of like. You're trying to accomplish something with your meditation, which is not like a bad thing. Like that's just a way of going about it. And the only difference is, okay, let's say like for my meditation, when I try to meditate, I'm always thinking constantly, right? And that's, I feel like the people who need it the most, people whose brain won't shut the fuck up, right?
Right.
I feel like for me, the best meditation is just doing breath work, like just focusing on the breath and not, because my mind always is going all different directions.
That CBT.
So so when I start meditating and I start going off in different directions, I try to just bring it back to like that's kind of me getting off track, and so I bring it back to just like all right, my breathing, just my breathing, just my breathing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I like that.
But let me tell you something. Actually, let me ask you a question. How fucking long is 15 goddamn minutes when you first start this shit?
Yeah, but I like it because it's like a 15-minute break from life.
Yeah, for sure. But doesn't it feel, when you're first trying to shut the fuck up for 15 minutes, it's forever. 15 minutes feels like fucking 45 minutes. Like, it's crazy. Yeah. It's difficult.
Like the first two times, like, I looked down my watch and I was like, 7 minutes, huh?
Right. That's weird.
Dude, yeah, and I didn't even touch on that. Yeah, like so I've been in counseling for some time, right? And there's this thing called CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, yep. Which includes a lot of breath work.
Yes.
Right, which is where you just breathe in, breathe out, and smell the flowers, blow out the candle, right? Mm-hmm. And that I've been reading this little book about that. It's pretty good because she shouldn't have told me what we were doing because now I'm just gonna research it, right? My counselor. Right. So anyway, so that's like a lot of that is just self-soothing and that breath, like why you get that runner's high because your blood is so oxygenated, right? And you have all these endorphins. Well, you take out all the endorphins from running and you just get highly oxygenated blood. You get way more calm and way more in tune with yourself, and you can think more clearly. So yeah, that breath work is humongous when it comes to even if you just need to calm down. Mm-hmm. Meditation in involving that with your meditation is huge.
Yeah,
I didn't touch on that. I just skipped over that, but yeah, that's the getting into it. Like getting into character, if you will.
Yeah, I feel like it's important for when you're a person that has trouble focusing on one thing at a time, which is obviously super important in life. Like, and nowadays it's super hard because everything's pulling your attention. Everything from like your phone to just your life, right? Everything's pulling you all different directions, and your mind's trying to think about all these things at once, right? And you can't do shit really well when you're doing 5 things at once. You can't do any of those things well. So, when I go into meditation, it's usually for that. It's to retrain my brain to be able to bring it back, to focus, right? And then also just in doing that, it improves everything outside of that. Like you said, it improves how I react to people. I'm not as reactive. I'm not as, I don't antagonize. I don't feel antagonized. Like I feel a lot more calm in my everyday like interactions with people. So, I gotta say, I did really crappy. All that said, I did really shitty. I think I did maybe 2 sessions, and then the others were broken. Like I tried to do them at the end of the day when I was super tired, and that's really not the time when you should be doing it. When if you feel like you're falling asleep during your meditation, that's probably not a good time to do it.
Well, it's like I got into meditating because I couldn't sleep, right? So I put on these guided meditations to get you to sleep. Mm-hmm. So it's like, but now I don't know. I've been doing I'm trying to do them right when I get home from work, because that's when I feel like I need to shift gears from work mode, where my brain is super active and I need to be highly multifunctioning or multitasking. Like, I need to multitask for my job. It's important because I need to be able to do 2 things at once a lot of the time. Mm-hmm. And to where I'm just present at home with my wife and my kids, and and my roommate and my family.
Yeah, it's a good time. It's a good time to do it, I think.
And kind of that's how I leave work at the door, or that's how I was this week. That's what I was trying to do. That was like part of the goal. Right. Is, we're gonna turn off 50 miles an hour and shift on down to like 25, and spend these 3 to 4 hours that I'm gonna be with my family, and try to be enjoyable to them. And
yeah, man, I've noticed too, the more I can be present, right? And I used to meditate a lot more. That's why I can speak on it so well, because I did terrible this week. But in the past, I know what it does for me. I know how good it is for me, because you can also, like, when you learn to be as present as possible, as often as possible, you make time for yourself. Like, literally, your time with people and stuff feels like you're actually getting more time with them. It doesn't, it doesn't feel rushed. It feels like you're enjoying every moment. You're experiencing everything. You're not skipping over things. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So what I did learn this week, though, is because I did do it the 2 times, and I did do partial meditation sessions some other times.
Well, I don't think 15 minutes is a really long meditation session.
It is for starting out. It is. Like, if anyone is just starting out meditation, I would say literally start with 5 minutes. Yeah. 5 minutes. Like, don't go any more than that. And then once 5 minutes doesn't feel that long, then bump it up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that was a little was a little bit of a reach to go 15 minutes, but what it did is it made me realize that, man, if I can't set aside 15 minutes a day for some basic meditation, like, I really need to prioritize better, like, because I know how good it is for me, and I know how I feel when I do it. So I'm really going to put forth an effort, like, going forward to actually fit it into my life, because it's ridiculous that I couldn't do it. I set the damn challenge and I couldn't do it. So a little disappointed in myself, but I'm going to take that. I'm going to roll with it, and I'm going to start kicking resistance ass. All right.
Yeah, I agree. I think meditation is going to be like a staple like that. Like that.
For sure.
Zero.
I think it should be, man. I think it should be. It needs to be. Yeah.
It needs to be. Yeah. I would agree.
All right. So moving on, what do you got for this week's challenge, sir?
This challenge is called You Seem Thirsty.
You Seem Thirsty?
Yeah, so it was gonna be called You Seem Thirsty, Brett, but
Brett?
I don't think you're gonna love this challenge.
Damn, I feel attacked, bro.
Okay, so
you gonna tell me bro.
I mean it physically, not like a thirsty girl or something like that. Like.
Okay.
Okay, so
I feel attacked, bro.
Okay, well, let's see how attacked you feel when you get when the challenge is issued. So this week, as some of you who follow me on social media and my podcast, Just Show, you will be aware I've been on this ketogenic diet. Okay, so with that, you lose so much water weight, and so I've been drinking a lot of water.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is gonna be, for me, it's gonna be a problem too. This is gonna be a lot. Okay. So we're gonna drink a gallon of water every day this week, and that's on top of whatever else bullshit we're drinking, because these staples are not really staples. So my plan of attack, I'll just say this: I'm gonna just buy me 1 gallon of water tomorrow morning at the store, which is like $2.
Yep.
And I'll drink that punk, right? And then I'll just refill the same jug, because I'm not gonna spend money on.
Yeah. Why would you do that?
We gotta do water in my work, and I know where to hide it. So
we got nasty water. Like the water at my house sucks. I don't know why. It just tastes like shit.
And it's like I spend money on other drinks every day anyway, so like easy $10 on drinks every day.
Yeah, it's all good. I can do this. I can do that.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard because it's not hot outside.
Damn, bro, this is kind of making me take a look at myself, because obviously when I heard that and I was my feelings were hurt. I was like, bro, is he taking a stab at me because I post all the time, like fucking videos and fucking podcasts all the time? What do you mean?
Never.
No. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean I seem thirsty? You motherfucker! Like, okay.
No, I would never.
I was like,
as much shit as I put on the internet, and like, dude, I'm such an attention-seeking little hoe.
Yeah, I really
would never call anybody out on that.
It might not be a bad challenge, to be honest, because, like, obviously I was thinking of it when you said it, but yeah, I was like, well, this would affect you too. But yeah, I thought you were gonna be like, all right, we're not gonna post any fucking podcasts or videos for an entire week until we come back to this one.
No, I'm not gonna talk about needing to produce creative works and doing for a half an hour and then put a kite bush on it for a week. Like, no, because I've been telling the resistance on doing another episode of the Jesse Show.
Yeah, bro. I'm like, where's he going with this? What is he doing?
No, it's like a literal, like, physical one. Like, I think that because I'm trying to make my challenges. I don't care if, like, you want to do like a super hard physical one again. Like, I'm with that, but like I'm trying to make them more like you have to overcome resistance to do the thing.
Yeah.
Like the meditation was hard, and what was the one before that? Eat clean, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like these are all like it's like a daily grind thing instead of go uppercut the fucking punching bag thing,
Right. I got a good one cooking for next week.
Yeah, I know you told me. I'm super curious.
A little nervous.
It'd be like that sometimes. A wise man once said.
All right, you want to wrap this thing up?
Yeah, brother.
All right, so the challenge is called You Seem Thirsty, and we're going to drink 1 gallon of water per day between now and the next podcast.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's on top of your regular drinks.
Right.
So you have your coffee, your energy drinks, your noons. Oh, Should there be a stipulation with no flavoring, or are you gonna put anything in this? I'm just curious right now because I don't want to be mad at you later.
I mean, I don't care. I don't care. I mean, it doesn't matter because I can also have the other, flavored drinks and whatnot. So
yeah, it's not a just water because I don't want to I just want to make it like an addition to, not a restrict from.
Yeah, get enough fucking hydration, get enough water. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's a lot of water. Like, I probably would not maintain a gallon of water long term, but I think for a week it's doable.
So, I don't care. Is that a stipulation? I'm just going to drink it. Like, I'm not going to add anything to it.
Okay, yeah, no, I've been drinking legit just straight water at my work, and I felt really way better.
Yeah,
so, man. We're just going to turn that up a notch. I'm going to be peeing a lot.
That's the only problem I have with it. I've done this before. I've done this before where I try to, I'd take a gallon with me everywhere just to make sure I drink it. And, and I'm a truck driver, but I was stopping, every hour to take a piss while I was driving. God damn, this is annoying. I'm going to stop drinking so much water.
I know. I'm going to be super... Well, and it's I've been losing so much water because of this keto diet. I should have posted another update, physique update, because I went and got a really good upper body workout today with my buddy Aaron that came up and trained with me at the Timber Gym, and that was cool. It was good. It was good hang.
You looking shredded?
Oh yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, man.
All right. Speaking of, so you're talking about posting that up.
Yeah.
Let's plug the new podcast, man. So Jesse has the Jesse Show available on YouTube, but then also in audio versions, right?
Yeah, it's everywhere. This podcast can be found, which is everywhere.
Cool. So just search the Jesse Show, or you can follow you on Instagram at what? _Jesse_show. Cool.
And you'll see my big dumb face with a red hat and my hands. You'll see it.
Sweet.
Or you won't. Yeah.
All right. I recently changed the name of my personal podcast, which is it's kind of my catch-all, right? It's basically an audio version of everything I do. So if I make a YouTube video, I also convert that into an audio version. I put it up as a podcast. If we record this podcast, I usually throw it over on that channel as well. If I record my Marvel podcast, I throw it on there as well. Anyway, I'm calling it Daily BS for now.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. Because at first I was like, oh, what's going hard? And I was like, oh, it's the Daily Bread Scott. But I was like, oh, the Daily Bullshit. I was like, that's dope. And I was like, wait, no, it's yeah. I like that.
So you like that?
I love it.
Yeah, I went back and forth on the names, right? I was going to go BS Daily. I'm like, it works, right? It sounds like bullshit daily. But when you say, I might even change it to the Daily BS, you know what I mean? But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But anyway, I don't know. I was just feeling it. I was I want to make it kind of a podcast name, not just my name, but be clever with it and make it my name. You know?
Yeah, I was actually telling the missus about that earlier, and she's like, that's clever. I was like, yeah, that's smart.
So if you guys want to check out my personal podcast, which is the catch-all for everything creative I do, it's called Daily BS, and I try to post something, no matter what it is, every single day on there. Sometimes it's an old thing I've recorded. Sometimes it's super recent. Sometimes it's one of these podcasts. I throw it on there. So go check that out, Daily BS. And then also I have another podcast that is all about the MCU series that are going to be on Disney Plus. And I'm kind of out of things to talk about right now on there until the series start. But I've got a couple episodes up if you want to check those out. It is called Marvel Plus. Just search Marvel, Plus. Yeah. I'm on every podcast platform. So cool. Those are our creative endeavors that we regularly try to defeat resistance and put out. So
there should be a new episode of the Jesse Show here in a day or two. But there's a couple backlog. I think I'm on episode 5. So
it's also cool because on your YouTube medium, you also put out these little 1-minute updates, right? You got physique updates from your diet that you're doing and stuff like that, and little blurbs. So I think that's cool. That's a cool thing you can do on the YouTube medium that you can't really do, on a podcast medium. So cool.
I'm just trying to pump out a little content, and I invite you to come check it out.
Cool. So also there's a new way to ask your questions for this podcast, for the Long Lost Brothers podcast. If you go to our Facebook page and just search Long Lost Brothers podcast, if you go over there you'll see a couple of these posts where I posted a link. And all you have to do to ask questions for this podcast, if you're comfortable with it, is click on that link and you can leave us a voicemail message. We could actually, if you want, I mean, you can say whether you want it to or not, but we could air it in the podcast. We could put it up like, all right, blah, blah, blah has a question. Here it is. And if you reading your question, right on the podcast and then us responding. So that's one way to ask your questions on the podcast is to go click that link and leave us a voicemail message. And another way to do it is you can just leave it in the comments section of one of our posts where we ask for, Q&A questions. Or you can send us a message, a private message if you want to. If you want to remain kind of anonymous, let us know, like, hey, I don't want to use my name, but this is the question I want to ask. Just send us a message on there. Also, you can follow us at Long Lost Brothers _podcast on Instagram. You can hit us up there as well. So thank you for listening, and we'll talk to you again next week.
All right. See you then.
Later.
It's the 5 fingers of death.
Sway in the morning, Shay 455 beats designed to trip you up or make you a star. Shia LaBeouf is here with a Sway in the morning. First beat number 1, DJ Wonder.
All right. Something faster out of this though, yeah? Okay. Listen. Get ready, get set, this a meme. This is wild, this a childhood dream. I'm that guy though, all pride yo. Do my thing and stack ride though. I'm at White Oak, the gun club, I mean 1 Oak. That's a dumb club. I don't go there, but I get dumb love. Legend, bitch. Trash you heard, that's all alleged, bitch. Plagiarist, stay making shit. Greatest gifts come from painful shit. Truth is, I'm a true G. Only white kid with big and a Coogee tatted to me. And Tupac too. And Missy on my 2 knees. Dude, please stop asking about my tats like some groupies. Whenever the truth's required, I'm hired. I'm the go-to guy for fire. When the truth's not needed, I beat it. I come from La Migra, streets kid, I'm Gyro. Why's he acting up, backing up when the trash is up? If it's trash, I'ma pass the buck. Tell me why though, cause I'm testing me for the best of me. Trying to ensure this legacy. Geico. Talk shit, I pop up, I'm popping these, popping G, popping C, I get you high as poppy seeds. Copy me, you ain't Heather Knox and me. Roger me, check me. Evidently, kid is transcending. God damn, it's a hell of a day. Sat here jammed between Heather and Sway. It's a dream, yes sir, I'm the belle of the ball. Never thought my rhyme style was eligible. Rhymes are negligible, unintelligible. Now I'm exceptional, unquestionable. No question I'm full. My cup, it runneth over. This shit's going viral. Yup, I'm taking over. Better than I've been. Alert, sober. Me, I've been a G since he knew Kurt Loder. Eat right, stay kosher. Shirt folder. Good kid, slow roll like a hurt bowler. Goddamn, I'm here. You're nowhere. You're poser. I'm poster. You're no sir. I'm closer. To toaster. I'm solar. You're nervous. I'm not sir. I'm rockster. You're novice. I'm on this. I'm Costner. I'm Kevin. You're second to a monster. Roger, I'm a prosper. You are not sir. You're a tosser, a toddler. Luke, I'm your father. But I ain't in that though. What I am is I'm criminal with syllables and pronouns. Watch how it goes down. Yeah, my whole sounds profound. Freestyle with Sway, you would think I was a pro now. And it's pronounced Shia LaBeouf. I'm flying high and high ain't enough. I am above, cut from steel. Boys real, iron is tough. I kill the 5-finger Sway, 5 ain't enough. Nah, but 10 might do. Hip-hop used to be fertile, now it's Timbuktu. Where'd the spitters go? Garbage litter shit they wrote. Miss me with that little bow, cause bigger individuals committed to these principles is living on their tippy toes, sinking with the hippies' hope, consider them the missing throats. Talking those who gave it all got passed over. Rap's over when you gas up to fast forward. It's dumb now, it's trash rapping in October. Who wrote what for who? It's all so below par, substandard. Used to be a litmus. If you didn't write your own shit, you got dismissed. Been through that. Now it's kiss kiss with bang bang. I came to do my thing, man. It was written. Get coke, this the shipment. Jewish pop to this music with a twist of Whitman. Women, I'm the shipment. Get the business, mint condition. But I'm married, keep your distance. Treat these ladies fair like I'm Henry Higgins. This the shipment, this a stitch in time. I got fire, I can realign your spine, man. I am real, I can redesign your rhymes, man. I'm the Einstein of rhyming. I'm your bloodline assignment. This is what you call refinement. I thank God Almighty that I'm I'm balling slightly. I say amen. I'm just amen who's chasing elation. In my occupation, who's patient, who comes from below the basement, from the pavement. Then I got an agent. Then I done made it. Past Tom Hanks replacement. Goddamn, my life's amazing. And you like it cause my life is real. My life is like a highlight reel. Don't like me, check Twitter, how the zeitgeist feels. Sway and Shade 45 is what I just killed. Oh!